Hi, yeah, thank you for having me on. I really appreciate it. And
My
it's
pleasure.
been interesting listening to the other opinions. And I do see both sides to the argument, but I am vehemently against mandating the vaccine programme. I think it really is sort of the last straw for some members of staff that work within the NHS. I mean, listening to what they were saying, that historically you don't see many people leaving the profession if they mandate a vaccine. Well, I'm sorry, you're talking about an NHS system which is already on its knees. Staff morale is at an all-time low following a pandemic that has been so hard, physically, mentally, emotionally exhausting on staff.
Yeah.
And now you're saying to them you have to mandate a vaccine. I'm sorry, it's not good enough.
I'm
The
not.
vaccine
I'm not.
programme-
Listen, absolutely. Everybody's right to make their own decision. You've decided not to. Are you prepared to say why?
Not to have the vaccine.
Yeah.
So I've had the vaccine. I am double. Well,
Oh,
triple
you are
vaccinated.
double
I've had
jabbed,
the
but you are.
booster.
What you're
Yeah,
saying
no,
is, I understand people that
and
don't want to. Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, the thing is, Jeremy, is that at the end of the day, as a profession, we consistently, stand behind patient consent. And it's all about education.
Yeah.
If I've got somebody coming in who has a belief that they don't want a blood transfusion, I need to give them all the facts, the figures, what's going to happen if you do, if you don't. And then they are given that choice of informed consent. If we endorse that for patients, and that's the principles that we work off in a healthcare profession, why on earth are we not doing that for its workers? We've talked about vacancies already. The vacancy rate is at an all-time high for NHS, particularly within the nursing profession. We physically cannot afford to lose any more staff and degrade their morale anymore. The fact that we're going into what is the winter pressures, historically, chronically, the worst time of the NHS. It's going to be at its worst this year, I imagine. And now you're talking about mandating a vaccine.
Two things.
Staff.
Steve says. So what we're saying is, presumably, is that when you threaten to take someone's livelihood away, they'll take the vaccine. They're being coerced into it. That's not right, is it?
They are. No, not at all. Like I say, it's all about informed consent. Now, don't get me wrong. I would be the first person to talk to somebody who is saying, I don't want the vaccine. Right, tell me why. What are the reasons? Is it because you're medically exempt?
Would you try and change their opinion? Would you try and change their opinion?
I would certainly have a strong conversation. I'd want to, but it's all about, I do education within my job role. I teach on a daily basis. And it's all about a learning conversation. All right, why are you struggling with this particular skill? What's going wrong? Let's see how we can fix that. If it's because they've got a phobia of needles, it could be something as simple as that.
Mel, don't take this the wrong way. I could speak to you all day. I think you're absolutely fantastic. Give me 10 seconds. You believe they shouldn't be mandated. Why? 2 lines. Go.
What is this vaccine going to do in the winter if those nurses resign? So what will this government say to my patients if nurses leave and they are scapegoated them for their failures of the government? I don't think it's fair.
Mel, an NHS nurse, your thoughts in the next 2 hours. This is